So the way this composition came about was 10 years ago. I was doing my master's degree in composition for film, and one of the homework assignments was the instructor would give you a word. My word was love, and you had to create a piece of music that embodied that word. So to capture the mood of love, I went with the Lydian scale, and I just started out playing in C Lydian scale, which is basically the major scale, but with a sharp 4. So these are the notes of C Lydian scale. It has a very dreamy sound, which I thought was appropriate for the mood of love and falling in love. So, in my left hand, I'm outlining a C major 7 chord, but I'm just playing root, 5th, and 7th. Then I bring in a simple melody. See, I had that sharp 4 in there. And then I modulate and I just transpose the same idea and I move up a major 3rd to E Lydian scale, so a sort of E major 7 sound. I play the same melody, just transposed into E Lydian scale, which would have a sharp 4. Again, very dreamy. Then we go to a C sharp minor sound. So I'm changing the chord here, again, just whatever I feel like. So now it's time to add a bit of sophistication. We can't go too long just playing the Lydian scale. I want this to be a jazz composition, so I have to add in a few sophisticated chord voicings. Not every chord has to be sophisticated, but you do have to pepper them in, and you have to place them strategically throughout the composition. So here, and I play this F dominant 7 because it's F, got a minor 7th and a major 3rd, which outlines an F dominant 7 chord, but we also have the 13th and a flat 9. It's sort of a 4th voicing. I ripple it. We then move to a new texture. So what am I doing here? Well, we basically play an E minor 7 chord, going to a G major 7 chord, and at this point the music sounds more like it's in E minor, and really I've gone from C Lydian and I've moved now to E minor, which is actually the same notes as C Lydian scale. This is E minor scale, it's the same notes as C Lydian scale, but we're now playing E as though it's the root of the scale. So now we have more of an E minor sound. And I play my first Kenny Barron chord voicing of the composition. The Kenny Barron chord voicing is a stack of 5ths in your left hand. So from E, we're going to do a stack of 5ths, so root, 5th, 9th. And then we're going to find the minor 3rd, which is going to be upper half step from the 9th, G. We're going to build another stack of 5ths in the right hand. Now I don't want you to worry if you can't stretch a 9th, you don't need to, because I'm arpeggiating this chord voicing, which means I'm playing one note at a time and I'm just holding down the pedal. So you don't have to be able to stretch a 9th. In this composition we're arpeggiating, so it doesn't matter if you can't stretch a 9th, you can still play this piece. We go to a G major 7 chord, and again we arpeggiate, holding down the pedal, root, 5th, 9th, and I play the 3rd with it, which is a major 3rd, basically a Kenny Barron applied to the G major chord, because a Kenny Barron chord voicing can be played for major chords as well. The only difference is you're going to build the right hand from the major 3rd, B natural, so I could build another stack of 5ths from B natural, And this would be the Kenny Barron voicing for G major 7 with a sharp 11 up here. And I've sawn it off at the 7th. So instead of going up to the sharp 4 up here, we're just playing this, the lower part of the voicing. And next I go to a new chord, which is A minor 7. I apply the Kenny Barron chord voicing. This is A minor 11 really, when I play the voicing. So stack of fifths in the right hand, but built from the minor 3rd, which is C. So stack of fifths. And I repeat the exact same pattern that I just played for E minor 11 and G major 7. But we do the same now for A minor 11 and C major 7. Same pattern. And then we pause, and that was the transition which then leads in to the real payoff moment, which is this. And don't forget, you can download the sheet music absolutely free just by clicking on the link below. That way you can really study the notes and you can really learn this piece so that you can actually perform it to other people. So that's a lot of chords. Let's take this chord by chord. First of all, what this chord progression is and how it started was, first of all, an E minor 7 chord, and it goes up to a G major 7 chord, which then goes up to a B minor 7 chord. And really, this section is in B minor, so we've sort of transitioned to more of a B minor sound. So B minor is the one chord of this section, and then we go down to an A major chord, which would normally just be an A major chord within the key of B minor, but I actually added a major 7th, which is a G sharp, which actually modulates from the scale of B minor, because B minor scale would have a G. So this is kind of coming out of key, just in a subtle way, just by adding a major 7th. Then we come back to the G major 7 chord. So a subtle modulation there. Then we go to an F sharp minor 7 chord. And when I get to this point, I need to bring us back to the starting chord because I want to repeat that progression a second time. So to get back from F sharp, I use tritone substitution and I play an F dominant 7 chord, which resolves nicely down a half step to E minor 7. So tritone substitution is basically preceding any chord, whether it's a major 7 or a minor 7, just counting up a half step and building a dominant 7 chord. So that's what I do, but I decorate all of these chords with much more sophisticated chord voicings, of course. So first of all, for all of the minor 7 chords and all of the major 7 chords, I am using the Kenny Barron chord voicing, which we just looked at. So for E minor 7, again, I'm going to play a stack of fifths in my left hand. Then I'm going to find the chord's third, which is a minor 3rd from E. It's going to be G, and then I build a stack of fifths from G, this. Then we go to a G major 7 chord, and again I'm going to play the Kenny Barron voicing, root, 5th, 9th. Then I'm going to play the chord's 3rd, which is a major 3rd, so it's going to be B natural, stack of fifths. We're going to get this lovely major 7th and sharp 4 or sharp 11. We go to B minor 7, and I'm going to build the Kenny Barron chord voicing here again. So stack of fifths from the root, gives me root, 5th, 9th. Then I'm going to play which type of 3rd? For a B minor 7 chord, it's going to be a minor 3rd, so it's going to be up a half step from the 9th. D, stack of fifths up from there, and we get this. Then we go to the A major 7 chord, and here I'm going to play the Kenny Barron voicing, but for A major 7, so stack of fifths in the left hand. The left hand's always the same, whether it's major or minor, but this chord's going to have which type of third? It's a major chord, so we're going to have a major third, C sharp, stack of fifths up from C sharp, and here we get this lovely sharp 4 up here. Then we go to G major 7, again Kenny Barron voicing, root 5th, 9th, major third, stack of fifths up from there. We've already had this chord. Then we go to the F sharp minor 7 chord, almost finished here. F sharp minor 7, again Kenny Barron chord voicing, so stack of fifths in the left hand, then a stack of fifths in the right from the third, which is going to be a minor third for F sharp minor 7, stack of fifths, and then finally we come to an F dominant 7 chord, which is the tritone substitution, which will then resolve back to the E minor 7 chord, and then we'll start again. So for F dominant 7, I voice it like this: root, then the chord 7th, which is a flat 7th, so it's going to be a whole step below the root up here. Then we have the major third, which is A, and then I play this as an upper structure voicing, which means I'm going to play basically a G major triad in my right hand, but I'm going to rearrange the notes. I'm going to invert it so that it's more in the same place. I'm going to take the top 2 notes, bring them down an octave, and that is my lovely upper structure voicing for F dominant 7. You can always invert these upper structure triads. You can play like this, 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 this. But I want it here because my melody note, I want to resolve down to the 9th of E minor. So your ear is always hearing the top note as a melody. So whatever the top note is going to make its own melody. So that's the first time around. Now you understand the theory. Again, I started with minor 7 chords, wrote the chords first, and then I decorated them with the Kenny Barron chord voicing. And then we can repeat the whole thing again. So if you really want to learn this piece, I encourage you to download the sheet music. It's absolutely free. I'm giving away the sheet music to this composition for free. You can download it at the link below or go to jazztutorial.com/free.